But yeah, hello everyone, and welcome to this podcast. I don't know what episode this is going to be because we're going to make a lot of them. We're just going to make an intro here so you know who you're listening to. So yeah, why don't one of you guys go first?
I can go first. My name is Naoas. I am mostly free to play, except that I spent on Lena's banner because I needed her. And I've been playing for about 810 days now because I keep missing attendance.
Right, and what server do you play on?
I play on NA2.
Right, nice. Shoki.
Yeah, my name is Shoki. In-game name is Selena. Played for a bit more than 1,000 days on this account, but my other account is a few weeks older.
Mm-hmm.
I'm basically a dolphin, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly just by the attendance package.
Yeah.
Has a few things extra.
Hello, this is Clint. I've been invited by Lulleh for this whole podcast, and I've been playing pretty much since release, maybe a month off-ish, maybe since September 2020, and I've been mainly focused on Raid. I have kind of dabbled in the other modes, but I'm mostly focused on Raid, and I lead Golden Sun, one of the top 3 guilds in EU. And I don't really spend too much. Some people call me Whale. But yeah, I'm pretty much a dolphin, high-end dolphin, you could say. Don't spend too much. But when there's good packs, I do that. I'm like, let me cop that reset stone or whatever. And,
Right.
That's pretty much it.
Awesome. Nice.
No? Okay. Hi guys, I'm Ugwe. I've been playing Guardian Tales for about, I want to say, a year and a half, I reckon, and I'm like a fairly light spender and I'm generally focused on PvP. I do enjoy Raid, like, a little bit, but I find it a bit repetitive, so I think PvP is a lot more fun for me.
Mm-hmm. And you know me, Lulleh, and yeah. Oh, I've been playing for 998 days, almost 1,000 days. I think it was August 18th, yeah, and obviously I'm a big whale, so there's that. But yeah, let's get to it. So, from Stun, Exia. Battle Pass objectives, here we go again. Rank up, attack, defense milestones, I like. Option to boost guilty, we do it regardless, don't inhibit solidarity behavior. We'll get to that one soon. Encourage build diversity regardless of meta. Elemental pilot achieve milestones. Off meta win rewards. Expand list of selectable players to attack. Having only 2 choices doesn't allow for strategic attacks. For example, I am number 11, I should not have to hit arbitrarily and or waste player daily resets just to hit someone in top 10, allowing me to maneuver into top 10 more effectively. Could also allow for a daily, hit anyone at your discretion option. More than 1 daily reset? Question mark. Add some symbology at start of a cool attack to show who your heroes are individually attacking. Arrows highlight something like this effect, allows for tweaking your composition, assume your attack was unsuccessful. Anytime you have to interpret in-game AI, and roll dice is a bad metric. At least being recreation area allows for strategic building after the fact, i.e. explain the in-game AI better. Have an easy way for players to understand who are assassin and melee AI patterns. Improve reward systems so that rank 11 and rank 99 aren't getting the same rewards. Could possibly include rank 25, 50, 75. New players spend 1 to 2 years in top 100 because they even try to become top 10. Interesting.
Yeah.
I disagree with some of it and I agree with some of it. A bit split here.
Yeah, same.
So, first of all, obviously the boosting, I'm not going to talk about that actually on this topic. It's been talked about a lot later, so we're going to just leave that for there. But yeah, I think the best thing is obviously not make boosting work in the first place. As far as those like objectives goes and milestones, whatever, I think that's fun, so why not? Expanding the list of players to attack, I do disagree with, because that kind of I think it's just supposed to be like that, because you have to kind of go through people. I know it's a little bit RNG, but you can still wait for the thing to, like, I think it refreshes automatically each hour.
I don't think they should encourage
either.
just choosing your own opponents.
Yeah, However, what really caught my eye is and I think there are some cons and pros for this, but like the whole symbology there, where it shows who goes where and all that. So the thing is, short answer we know that's like something you should know, but you don't because there's a website that actually does that. So is that actually a good thing that a third-party tool shows you what maybe the game arguably should be showing in the first place? So that could actually be an argument to actually implement this, because we already have that. It's just inconvenient at this point.
Yeah, I think like if there's a like I think this applies to pretty much any game. Like if you have a third-party tool that people use like daily just to play a game mode, that shows that that thing that the website is doing probably should be in the game in some shape or form.
Right.
Like maybe not exactly like it is in the calculator, but it should like at least tell you Sohi is ranged is an assassin, ranged assassin.
Right.
Like clearly, like more clearly than it is right now, because some are actually explained, if I'm not mistaken, but like you would just have to figure it out by battling, so it's not really good. I think other than that, like at least explaining how the AIs work. Like if you have a melee AI, then what does it mean that you target first, like closest untargeted? Like you just have to know that, right? There's nobody tells you, right? There's nowhere in game that tells you that, right?
Yeah.
So like I think that should get tweaked for sure. Like that should tell you how every unit behaves.
Yeah,
and like
for
some
sure.
units just don't behave like their class for whatever reason. So that should also need a specification.
I'm just imagining how it would look like, you know, from the UI point of view. I think it could be pretty cool. Like, I don't have a ticket right now, but like if you go into the thing, right, and you know, it will say like who goes where and all that, and it will like dynamically change depending on where you place things. I think that could be pretty cool, honestly, because like in the end of the day, you can just ask someone and get the setup or whatever. Anyways, like so, I think it would just teach people more in a way. Like they would get to the same thing in the end of the day, but like they would actually learn better, and maybe it becomes more competitive in a way as well.
Indeed.
To show this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
One thing I don't understand, what do they mean by off-meta win rewards? Are they just going to pick off of use rates for like defense and offense?
That one.
Which one?
I think it would be like point number 5, I guess.
Number 5.
Yeah. I guess that would be like
five.
if you play with like an off-meta team, you get more rewards. But the issue is obviously how do you determine that? What is a meta team or not?
Based off use
So
rates. Because I basically only use off-meta teams. So that's going to boost my progression versus someone who actually plays the meta.
Well, I guess I'm fucked then.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah. Nah, but like, yeah, I see the idea.
Use this hero 10 times this week.
Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, I can just make
Option
a rotation.
to boost Guildy. I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
like
obviously.
that one.
We'll get there on the next thing. So yeah, let's go for mine now, which is fix boosting. Currently biggest issue. So here's the thing, like boosting is a big fucking issue. We've seen some extreme examples. We obviously had the boost war that we saw between me and Nora, obviously, which happened for 2 weeks in a row because we got matched. I think we ended up at about 3.5k points, and I think the OC server did like a new record now at like 5k points or something. Like I think it was last week. Yeah, just to prove the point, obviously, and it's fucking retarded. So yeah. So we had. I actually talked a lot to Bloo about this because he's like super mad about this because he's very competitive in this. And I mean, just take this as an example. Actually, we can just look at this. Like I haven't asked him even. He's an old member of ours where he's just sending me 3 attacks per day. So by the looks of things, well, he's a little bit ahead of me now, but still, it's pretty stupid. To put it that way. So to fix this, we had some different solutions. One could be that consecutive wins would give 20, 10, and 0 instead of 20, 20, 20 to the one you're accurate boosting. Or and it could also be that those wins could take points for you. So normally if you lose a game, you lose 10, right? But this could increase it as well. So you would lose 10, 20, and 30, which means obviously you would like, just fall off really a lot faster if you're a booster. So maybe people might think twice about accepting that offer in a way. Because like someone boosting, like let's say I'm getting boosted by Euclid, for example, and you're rank 4, or say 5 actually. If you do this, you're gonna drop down to number 8. It doesn't matter for you because you're gonna get the same rewards anyway, so you might as well do it. Where this might be like you actually fall out of the top 10, so you're like, nah, I wanna be top 10, for example. So that would be one thing.
But I think about this, like it could discourage people from trying new things and trying to beat someone. Like,
yeah,
if they're,
there is definitely
like,
some bad stuff.
so I don't know.
Yeah. Another thing that I was thinking about as well is to actually hide the names. We're gonna see that in just a moment when I find it. I asked Ep.5 actually to show me a screenshot of this. So what I'm gonna show now on the screen, you will see it. That's how it looks in Ep.7. It's not exactly like this game, of course, because that's a turn-based combat where you actually select things, where this is automatic, but the idea is the same, so it just says unknown opponent here. You can kind of figure out who is who to a certain degree, but it will of course make things harder at least.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that idea actually. Let me just find my way back to the channel. Let's see, cool. Right. So names hidden, yeah, and then also remove the gem refreshes, so you only have that one free reset per day, so you can afford to just battle people. I feel, instead of like, because yeah, I think it's kind of stupid, that one.
But the thing is, like, if you may be forced once or twice, because you can just wait for the natural opponent change.
Sure.
So unless you're like max tickets, and at that point you're first like in maybe one fight, maybe two, but no more than that, because you can just wait for the next reset, right? So
sure.
They should probably change that too in that case.
That it doesn't auto refreshes. Yeah, we'll remove that too while I let them.
I don't know.
Another suggestion I saw to this thing, by the way, speaking of, maybe we'll see it later, I'm not sure where I saw it actually, so I'll just say it now before I forget it, is that you could also do it so that if you lose to someone, you can't rebattle them, so you can only do it once. That will also take care of boosting in its own way, since you can only boost once per day. So there's many ways to reach that, but currently it's just fucked. And I've been talking to a lot of people, including Pareto. People probably know him. Chris Reed, yeah. And it's the same shit on Asia too. And obviously NA has the same issue. Talk to those guys, and yeah, and Korea for that matter. So boosting is definitely an issue, and because it feels like the changes to Colosseum, I understand them to a certain degree, but it they just went half the way, and now we have this. Because before you could obviously farm the same person and all those kind of things, and you had like one big bracket, and there's a lot of things there, and some people liked it, some didn't. But yeah, now we just have a worse version overall just because of this issue. So yeah. Then there is, I think we're done there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. HoleeSheet says more preset slot, please. And I agree. Well, okay, I don't feel like maybe we need more than those 30 we have, but they should make it so you have separate the Colo presets from the rest, preferably.
I agree.
That would take care of that.
I have to keep scrolling.
So yeah. Then we have Naoas. That's yours.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Naoas.
Right. You want to read it?
Oh, yeah, sure. The game will just need an entire rework. I don't know what to do with it, but I don't know. It's just not good in its current state.
So how would you want to make it if you have any idea? Obviously boosting, we've concluded that, but...
Yeah. I don't know. That's why I didn't put anything more specific.
Fair enough.
The game was just... I enjoy Colosseum. I enjoy attacking. Making defenses is a nightmare because people are just gone so good. And there's so many comps, it's like nothing's unbeatable.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true, actually. There was a time when that wasn't the case, but yeah, now it's obviously like there's a counter for everything.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, Davis, no brackets, just go all in without brackets, we'll call them more competitive. So I actually had this thought as well, and I shared that opinion, but then I just got to think of, like, imagine if you're sitting there with like a bunch of guildies. That would be hell. Yeah. Like, imagine like 15 losers in top 20, for example. Like, I mean, yeah, that would just be very annoying. So I kind of like,
so if you attack one of them, you get targeted.
Yeah, so I kind of like, yeah, exactly that too, obviously. So you could like mass nuke people. So I think it's just better the way it is now, with that aspect at least. But there's obviously other issues. But I've been thinking about it too. Nihal, we need a replay system.
Ooh, that is Ooh, that's very interesting.
It's technically
I
heavy,
agree.
but if it can be made, that would be awesome. So you could like actually watch the match.
Like it could function similarly to like most FPS games I played. They have a demo system, like a kind of CS:GO. Like
Yeah.
think of CS:GO, you can just record a demo and then you just like it doesn't save the actual video, so it's not intensive on memory or like on your phone. It doesn't weigh much, but it's just instructions so the game can replay exactly how it played. I think that works.
It definitely works.
The issue would be maybe if, and I don't know about this because I'm pretty sure GT is not deterministic. So the same inputs could lead to a different result. So
yeah, it would literally have to be a replay of what happened. It can't be like the same. Yeah, no.
It has to save like who crit who when and all that kind of stuff.
It would basically have to record what happened and then save that as a replayable thing. Yeah, because otherwise you get something completely different. That's true.
Yeah,
that's 100%.
You can still do it. I think that's kind of like what League of Legends does in the console, like or like other MOBAs, like even Dota has the same thing. That it stores like at this tick, this character did this damage to this character, so you can just replay every tick. And
have you played PUBG?
Action that happened. I have, but I'm not sure how it works on a deeper level.
So you can actually do that with a full game of like 40 minutes or whatever they are with that game, and you can even like go no clip mode and look around and see if someone was behind that bush that you suspected or whatever. It's so crazy. So they actually have that in that game, so there's no excuse here not to do it, but obviously it's a little bit more taxing than just seeing the history, as we are getting I believe it's the next update or something like this where we can actually see it.
I think this is interesting though. This needs to be looked at.
That is really cool if they can make it. And then we have UF. As an official top 10 player, buff basic teams. Light is getting a buff for melee units, and dark teams are strong as ever. Yeah, sure, do it. My bet don't care. Maybe Khyr will be a bit sad, but you're gonna die anyways. No, but like, I don't know. Basic teams do feel a bit. I love when I say basic teams because it's literally a free kill, and that's before Khyr happened. So kind of asking for it in a way. Hunter, add a video replay of most recent 3 matches. Yeah, there we go. Here's that. Khyr, more chaos, more fun. Non-leaders can also use weapon skill with only 10% effective damage and 5% effective healing for healing weapon skills.
Applying no ailments though. I think that's cool, actually.
I don't know.
Wait, if you don't apply ailments, that takes away, possible like ailment stacking.
I think it's a bit too much chaos, honestly. Imagine my team.
It's just attacks and buffs, basically.
Yeah. I mean, it's just gonna amplify what we want to get away with the Khyr thing, even though it's not active combat. But like I said, just imagine my team with that. It's just gonna be even more disgusting. Have 4 chains instead of 1
it would nuke
weapon
even
things.
more.
Yeah.
But Khyr doesn't buff skill damage.
I think it's a cool idea, but maybe
in a way it does nerf
of course,
Khyr.
but I mean, it's still gonna like
maybe just not for Colosseum. Maybe a whole different mode.
And that's the thing as well.
With
I mean,
this
my team will even kill them before the thing even goes off. So
exactly.
Yeah.
I think this could work, but just not for Colosseum.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But assuming,
New mode.
like let's say you go against the Veronica team, and they survive long enough to use all their skills, and they get 4 skills that are like pretty strong.
Yeah.
Instead of only 1.
Would have to be without elements. Yeah, it's interesting, but I think in reality it's just gonna be too much chaos, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
But Cutie. There should be an in-game guide to how the AI works. Yeah, that's what we talked about before.
Yes.
Very nicely put by Exia there. But Clacius. Anything that prevents boosting would be a start, but apart from that, this actually has been surprisingly good mode, better than Arena due to multiple defense teams existing. I agree with that, and what's actually interesting about Colo that we haven't actually talked about yet is that it's a very timeless mode. It's it's literally came with the game and it's still relevant, which is not the case for many other things they have made, and that's pretty cool.
I think like just a small parenthesis on Colo as a whole. I think we went a very long way from the Camille Light days.
Yeah.
Right? Like everybody was running Camille Lead plus
Oh,
5
yeah.
units. So
That's for
I
sure.
think we came a very long way, especially with the Pravati buffs and everything that's happened to Colo.
Mhm.
So I agree with Clacius. Like it's surprisingly good right now. Like
Yeah.
Despite where it started, like it started very low.
If anything, if you want to make it more competitive, I don't know, maybe it's not complex enough for that. I'm just thinking what we talked about earlier with Arena to actually increase like HP and whatever, so the game or the matches actually take longer, so positioning becomes even more important in a way, so it becomes even more skill based in a way. But then again,
Yeah.
I don't know if that would actually work, because maybe that would just make another taunt happening later and it just becomes like a clusterfuck anyways. But like, yeah, I don't know.
I
Could be
think it
pretty
would skyrocket the usage of stall teams. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the team actually, but there's a Korean elite team that
Mhm.
is just unkillable. So if you
Oh,
do
man.
that,
Unkillable, you say? Challenge
pretty
accepted.
much. Yeah, well, you can
I
nuke
fought,
it
I
because
fought a Korean elite with melee, and I couldn't do anything against it.
Oh yeah?
But I swapped
I would
Selena,
love
and
to
I just
find out.
died immediately.
Not right now, but could you actually send me that team and I'll actually ask Bloo to put that team if you can, and I'll actually try it. That would be so fun.
yeah, I think it can get nuked. Like if you don't reach the first chain skill with everybody alive, then you probably can get nuked down. But if Karina gets going with like normal attacks when she starts throwing tornadoes every second, then
Right.
that could be like too much to handle for normal teams. For a nuke team like Kai lead or Beth lead, that kind of nuke kind of
Yeah.
chain skill team, then maybe it's still like too much to handle for Karina lead. But if you increase HP, like if you
Yeah.
force the Kai lead or Beth lead team to actually reach chain skills, then probably it dies.
Very interesting.
So,
But yeah, please send me that team if you can later, and I will
Sure.
preferably tonight or maybe tomorrow or whatever. So then I can ask Bloo, because he's in my bracket right now, so I'll ask him to try it out, either on
sure
me
thing.
or the other way around. Yeah. Then we have Shiro. Allow to set an AI into aggressive or defensive to heroes to determine what they do in the match. That's also interesting,
Ooh.
because then you get a little bit more say in what's going to happen in a way, because now you just fire and forget in a way.
Yep, that makes sense. Like give some control to AI.
Yeah. Maybe even
Makes sense.
combining that with other thing where we see what they're actually gonna do, because that makes a whole lot more tactical play in a way. Cool.
And you could maybe hide the intentions of the defense team that you're facing. So it adds a whole strategic element to it.
Oh, very interesting. I like that a lot. Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
So, Saxer, deleting the rematch option. If you fail, you fail. That's it. Yeah, there's
I'll
this.
be back.
This way you avoid people to boost 3 times per day, and also improving the AI. It's stupid to attack the same guy with the same positioning, failing one time after being beaten by him the whole week just by RNG, or I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of weird. I can't say enough about that because I don't know Colo that much. Maybe Bloo or someone else here maybe can say more, because he obviously knows everything about that shit. But like, yeah. What is that? Because I know people obviously say that it's all about position and this kind of thing, and that's true, of course. But what about that little weird RNG where you use something that actually works and then you use the same thing again? But maybe that comes down to what you said there, Clint, about how the game works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can obviously
Deterministic.
eliminate that variation by actually using something super solid. Because like if that happens, then it's probably not that solid.
Exactly. Like it's more on the team not being
Yeah.
solid than RNG.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's difference in when you quit or not, and timing.
Tommy.
Every small change will make it completely different.
Yeah. Move to Tommy here. Colosseum is suffering from boosting, where a player intentionally loses on offense to give another player points so they can finish higher. Way around this would be to hide player names, yeah. And guilds, so you can... Oh yeah, guilds of course too. So you can just see the stats and the team and you decide if you wish to attack them. Of course, platter names will not be visible in the log either. Right.
Oh, player names. Yeah.
Player names, yeah, of course. Yeah, that's definitely part of a solution.
Yeah.
Joy, improve Colosseum AI of some heroes such as Bianca and Lance that can utilize their attack range without unnecessarily tanking. Oh yeah, that's actually a good point. That's one of Bianca's issues with this kind of play, also in Camazone by the way. Her weapon skill range is much further than her normal attack range, so she goes super close. And that's an issue if you don't play with MK to one-shot those little golems in current season actually, because then she will just run up there and die instead of using her weapon skill. Because once you get to use the
Yeah.
weapon skill, when those golems die and you have the VSR and all that shit, the managers, then you will fire that thing and then it's GG. But otherwise, it's just gonna run in there. That's a pretty good point.
True.
Very annoying. Or don't play Bianca lead, I guess. But yeah. Another anonymous here. Fix the AI. Sometimes my assassin units just decide to face tank full FP and never bother to chase the backline units. Maybe add some obstacle like walls or something to spice things up. So I don't know how a wall will work with AI. But one thing that I'm actually gonna add with AI is Camel. Fuck him. Like the issue with Camel, and we haven't actually talked about that, but I would actually forget if I don't mention it now, is that he's actually not working wrongly for what it is, because like Bianca's weapon skill, she fires it, it goes away and it hits something. His work exactly the same. The issue is that his weapon skill is channeled, so he will go into position, fire his thing, and then it's fired, and then it's like he moves back to where he was before. The issue is obviously that it's being channeled, so he's just gonna miss the whole thing because he moves out of whatever he's aiming at some point. If he gets like diagonally positioned, which is so annoying. And you could literally lose from that. Like I've had games where he doesn't chain at all because he just misses. It's so annoying. And that's actually a pretty important thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Then we have Bloo. Bloo, this is interesting. He's like the fucking cooler god. Let's see here. Boosting is the worst in this game mode, yes. Makes it unfair for people who are trying their best to reach objectives. Multiple propositions. Okay, this is gonna be good. When someone loses to you multiple times, you only get... yeah, that's what I got that from him, but yeah. 20-10-0 would encourage people to retry and find a better strategy while limiting the points gained from boosting 3 times daily by half. Maybe the other way around too, like I also wrote. 10-20-30. A bit more punishing for people trying to rematch once they lost to a close call though. Yeah, so there's obviously that issue as well with that one, as we said. Unable to attack with only one unit or missing teammate maybe, or a sort of condition like in co-op. Wait, what?
We also have to have like 4 heroes that are at least rare, have all of their equipment equipped.
Yeah, he's saying like you can only attack with a full team and maybe add like accessory conditions like during co-op.
Yeah. So you can't run in naked basically, or with like a low hero, and that could be scaled depending on how high rank you are.
True.
Like
and but that still leaves the problem that you can just run bad units that don't synergize and you still lose.
Of course.
So
of course.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that would actually solve anything. It would just make things annoying, probably.
Yeah.
I like the idea, but yeah. Hide names for reduced boosting as well. Yeah, there's that. And finally, reset profile badge would probably make some people try again to get their badge more competitive. Also to piss off the boosted. Yeah, so basically the profile badge that you have for top 1, like you obviously reset that one after this is fixed to kind of, yeah,
that makes total sense. And you can even make it so it only lasts for like a season. Like since there's seasons now, you can make it last for a season, and then it gets reset. No. Like seasons, as in like the achievements.
It's 12 weeks.
Okay.
You can make it like how long they are? Like what is it? 4 months?
12 weeks.
Yeah, that's true. 84 days, I believe, or 85.
3 months. Then yeah. I think that works. Like reset.
That's actually not a bad idea. Yeah, and you could do the same for arena, honestly.
And then you can change the text to say best of this season, and then it shows the badge.
That's actually pretty cool. They could do that. Something I would like to say, this is completely unrelated. Prestige for these badges. How many top 1s have you actually gotten? How many top 2s, and so on and so on. That could be pretty cool. Retroactively, by the way. But yeah. Moving on. Clockwork. No, I can't even read now. Cockclock. Not even close. AI improvement. Really just that. I'm done having Dumbass AI go, yes, being in the enemy tank's face while also being in the clear line of focus of the rest of their team is a good tactic. Yeah, well, I guess that's just part of it, sadly. But yeah, sometimes you wonder what the fuck they're doing. Or like Arable going Rambo into the backline. Love that.
Yeah.
alexmeme. Anti-feeding mechanic, even if I doubt that can ever exist. Well, we have a bunch of good ideas. Now we just need the devs to implement them, but yeah. And Anonymous, make it more anonymous, so I don't have to dodge so many alliance members and get asked to boost people. Everyone could attack each other freely and alleviate boosting. Yeah, basically boosting is a fucking problem, and that I think concludes this whole thing. Boosting is an issue, and we need to fix that. I think that's the consensus of Colo.
And AI.
And AI. And the AI. Well, that is done for Kulu. Moving on.